Hola! Thank you for clicking on this video. Today, we will be focusing on pronunciation. If you want to elevate your Spanish and feel confident speaking it, then stick around. When it comes to learning a new language, listening is key. Spanish and English share the same alphabet. The letters might look the same, but they definitely do not sound the same. Let's start with the vowels. In English, we know them as A, E, I, O, U. And you can pronounce these in many different ways. Fortunately, in Spanish, there are only 5 vowel sounds. Say the vowels with me and pay close attention to the shape of my mouth. A, E, I, O, U, A, anaconda, Alemania, Argentina, elefante, este, itinerario, imaginación, como, ojo, Uruguay, pulpo. Here's a tip for you. Don't drag out the E. For example, trace, leche, beso, verde. It doesn't matter where the E is located. It will always be Think of these words in English. Let, bet, met. Use that sound and swap it for that A sound. If I don't swap it, I'd be saying bait instead of bet, late instead of let, and mate instead of met. Can you hear the difference? You just need to get used to placing your tongue in different parts of your mouth. Unlike English, where most of the action happens towards the back, like near your throat, in Spanish, most of the sounds are created towards the front, near your teeth. Now let's look at some consonants. Something very characteristic of English are airy consonants. For example, the letter T. Take your hand out and say these words with me. Take, time, test. Do you feel that air coming out? That doesn't really happen in Spanish. Well, sometimes it does. You might hear a singer singing a song in Spanish and they might pronounce the T like we do in English, but that's a very specific vocal technique that we're not going to get into in this video. Let's take a look at a few more examples. Place your hand in front of your mouth and repeat these words with me. Tomato. Do you feel the air? Tomate. No air. Not as dramatic, right? Cost. There's air. Costo. Not so much. Kilo. Kilo. Popular. Popular. Let's revisit the letter T, or te in Spanish. In English, our tongue goes towards the roof of our mouth, right behind the teeth. T, T, T. In Spanish, our tongue actually touches our teeth. Te, te, te. It might help if you exaggerate it a bit and stick your tongue out more. Te, te, te. Tenedor. Toalla. Taza. Tigre. The D in Spanish, or de, is very similar to the TH in the or this. However, it doesn't vibrate as much. And it's not similar, so don't get it confused, with the TH in think. Repeat after me. English. D. D. Español. De. De. Did you notice the placement of your tongue? It's very similar to T and te, isn't it? In English, your tongue touches the roof of your mouth right behind the teeth, D, 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 and in Spanish, your tongue actually touches your teeth, de, de, de. Divertido, después, durazno, madre. The next letter is ñ. If we think of the letter N, na, 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 in English, our tongue touches the roof of our mouth. You might be thinking, oh, well, ñ is just an N plus an I. Año, mañana, piña. It's not. It's its own letter. Ña, ña, ña. It has a little accent on top. That little squiggle is called virgulilla, or la tilde de la ñ. Fun fact, ñ is always followed by a vowel. When I say ñ, the tip of my tongue touches my bottom teeth, unlike N, na, na, na. My tongue touches the roof of my mouth. Can you see the difference? Niño, cumpleaños, España, ñoñería. If you're still having trouble saying ñ, think of the English word canyon, The placement is very similar. That's it. And I really hope you found these tips useful. I'm sending you lots of kudos for wanting to improve your Spanish and stepping outside of your comfort zone in order to achieve it. But before we part ways, remember what I said in the beginning. Listening is very important when it comes to learning a new language. You need all the input you can get, and with Rosetta Stone, you can do just that. With Rosetta Stone, you also have access to stories. You might be wondering, what are stories? Well, stories are just that, a story that is written and narrated by native speakers of the language you're learning. You can read it and listen along at the same time.
La abuela Olga. La casa del abuelo huele a lluvia y madera. Jorge mira al perico en el jardín.
You can even record yourself reading the story out loud. La abuela Olga. La casa del abuelo huele a lluvia y madera. Jorge mira al perico en el jardín. After that, you can listen back and practice your pronunciation. La abuela Olga. La casa del abuelo huele a lluvia y madera. Jorge mira al perico en el jardín. How cool is that? Rosetta Stone has everything you need to take the next step in your Spanish learning journey. All you have to do is go to rosettastone.com and sign up. It's that easy. Así de fácil. Cuídate y nos vemos pronto. Take care and we'll see each other soon.